We have some trailers. We have the Thunderbolts. I know you want to see it. We have what do we have? Johnny Cage. We got some gaming news. We have there was something else. I don't know. Jurassic World, a rebirth. I don't know. We're talking all kinds of stuff tonight. But it's Super Bowl time tonight, Tuesday, 2 days after the Super Bowl. All right, but first we got to do this.
According to Wikipedia, a nerd is a person seen as overly intellectual, obsessive, introverted, or lacking social skills. Many so-called nerds are described as being shy, quirky, pedantic, and unattractive. We're here to prove Wikipedia right.
Oh, look who they let in.
This is Podcast for Sci-Fi, where all things sci-fi come to life. If it's fantasy, sci-fi, gaming, movies, interviews, we're talking about it. We're talking about it. This is Podcast for Sci-Fi, and here's your host, Moose, Game God, and Magic Mike.
Welcome to Podcast for Sci-Fi, where all things sci-fi come to life. Episode number 462, alongside Magic Mike, Game God. You've got Moose. We're giving you some good stuff tonight. Even though it didn't sound like it in the beginning, trust me, we're going to get there. We'll connect all the dots for you. Sit back. We did all the heavy lifting.
Who, me?
We'll bring it to you. You too.
Hey, you know what always kills me is Magic Mike always comes to the podcast dusty. You ever notice?
Yeah.
He's always
Yeah.
So I'm like, what's going on, man? You're right, Dusty Bottoms. Oh man, it's okay, man. We'll get you a Swiffer.
I get you. Yeah. Swiffer.
Listen, you don't send me anything, so I'd be surprised if I get a Swiffer.
That's true. That's true. Who, me?
That's you. All right, Pete. Let's get started. Where do we start?
It's gonna be one of those tonight, isn't it? I see that. It's gonna be one of those tonight.
All right.
We got the lights blinking for some phone calls later if you want to.
I don't know if they're. We'll see if they hold on. We'll see if they hold on.
They've been holding for a bit.
Hey, so the Super Bowl was this past weekend. We're not going to talk about Super Bowl. Don't worry. It's not that boring of a podcast. But we are talking about. It was a terrible game. Let's be honest. Except for the Eagles fan.
Unless you're an Eagles fan.
Yeah.
It was close.
Close. Yeah. Close to what? Sleeping?
Close to being done in the half.
Yeah. They did show some trailers during the movie. What's the one trailer that we're not talking about tonight? What was that Mission Impossible?
Mission Impossible.
Yeah. Yeah. First of all, I see this and I go, is this real or are they spoofing this? Is this something?
Listen,
they had Tom Cruise doing the intro to the Super Bowl, so I'm like, okay, well, this is sponsored by Mission Impossible.
Yeah. Well, I know we're not talking about it, but I gotta talk about it for 30 seconds. Yeah, here we are. We're gonna talk about it. Listen, I thought they were done with Mission Impossible.
I did too.
I didn't realize there was another one. And by the way,
the last one. Have you seen the last one?
I don't remember.
No.
I don't remember. I thought did they cancel it? It was like during COVID, right? Did they cancel it? I thought they never came out.
It was after. I think they did another one after.
It's probably Netflix.
I thought I saw it, and I realized it was Top Gun.
Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. It was on Netflix, wasn't it?
By the way, I watched Top Gun the other night. Top Gun Maverick
still holds well.
Man, it's still good.
It still holds well.
Yeah.
Still well. Hey, minute and 30 seconds, he got through. Anyway, listen. I was gonna tell you, man, Tom Cruise looks old, man.
Does he?
He looks. When he was introducing the Super Bowl, I was like,
how old is? Well, he's had a lot of work done though.
What kind of work? Like to look younger? Because if they did, someone needs to get it. He needs to get his money back.
Yeah, to look younger.
Wow.
He needs to get his money back. They look like they did the opposite of Benjamin Button on him because they don't look good on him.
How old is he? I think he looks great, personally. He's in great shape.
He's in great shape.
Shape and what he looks like are two different things, right? He may
I hear
be
some jealousy in the background here.
It might be. There might be just a little bit. But I'm just saying, but you see him in the movie, they put a ton of makeup and they do a little bit of deep fake and AI because when you see him in real life, it's like, is that the same guy?
Are you saying they don't do that normally in movies?
No, not at all. He went back in time when he filmed Tom.
How old is he? How old is Tom? Do I need to do here? You talk.
Hey, listen. If I had to take a guess and a gander and maybe a educated thought process, 71.
71. I'm gonna guess 63. 71.
Yeah, that's what he looked like. See, he got the thumbs up. He even agreed with me. Thumbs up.
62.
Oh, I was right. I was
but
close.
listen, he come on.
Magic Mike, you looked that up before.
I know. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Man, there's
No,
no one who
not.
gets close enough to guesses like you do. You're only off by like 1 or 2 all the time, man.
Yeah. Like, what's the deficit of the United States? Let's see. It's a 6.
I'm gonna take. Hey, listen, I'm gonna take a guess.
Yes, it's 600 million, 300.
Man, just got some haters. That's all we got in here.
Hey, you know what? No, what? I'll take it back. No, it's subtract
33.
1. Subtract 1.
33.
Yeah. That's
Exactly. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, 62. I don't know. Game God, if you look that good at 62, I'll give you a high five.
If Game God looks that good at 53, I'd give him a high five.
Actually, if Game God looks that
Oh,
good
that
at
was last
30
year. My
at
bad.
30,
Hey, listen. Hey, that guy's on the road tonight. Listen, I think that's the best Magic Mike we got on the
I
last
thought
10
I
years.
heard Moose mention something about a Game God roast in the beginning. Maybe I misunderstood.
Stick around. Who, me?
Stick around.
Sorry, it's not over.
Oh, that's the next podcast. We should start doing that.
It's not over.
It's not over. That's the scary part.
Yeah, we could do that. How about that?
Yeah.
Hey, the lights are still blinking.
Not over. They're still holding.
Hold tight. Sit tight.
I'm gonna have to break out
all
my
right,
inhaler.
Let's look at the let's look at the other trailers. So
Hey, keep
Mission
these guys
Impossible.
under control here, Moose.
Are you
Come on.
gonna watch Mission Impossible? Are you gonna go see it?
No,
I'm not.
No.
All right.
I'll go
I-
see
I
Top
guess-
Gun again.
But I guess people are still going to see it because they're still making them, right? It's kind of like
Yeah,
Fast
yeah.
and Furious.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's got to be some fanatics there, some fans for that. So
Not too fast, not too furious.
that was a Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah, that was a Super Bowl commercial. Thank you.
Listen, I'd rather go see Top Gun again.
How about Thunderbolts? All right, so is there a lot to talk about? Thunderbolts had another trailer during the Super Bowl.
Okay.
We watched that trailer. Is there anything more? Hold on a second. Let me back up. I feel like with the Super Bowl commercial, with at least 2 of them, and one not being Mission Impossible, I feel like I've seen the entire film. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Listen, I didn't realize that was a trailer at first. I thought we were actually watching the movie, and then we had the ending, and I thought, okay, that was okay. I can live with that. It was worth my time at that point. No, Moose, you're absolutely correct. This has got to be the entire movie that we saw in this 2.5-minute trailer.
Yeah.
And I wasn't impressed. On top of that,
Well, listen, here's my fear.
Go ahead.
I felt like we heard all the jokes.
We did.
And all that's left are action sequences, which we've probably seen a quarter of already. And the rest we're not going to be thrilled with. I think this is what the movie's going to be about. I feel like they come across as a Earth version of Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Ragtag group of people. They try to get the comedy across. So Red Guardian is Drax, right?
Yeah.
What's his name? U.S. Agent is not U.S. Agent. Bucky is Star Lord and stuff like that.
I feel like we need a little. I think we need a little something here. This is something just to keep you going. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Like this generic background music. So I just feel like we've, to your point, Magic Mike, we've seen the movie, right? We've heard all the jokes, and we're gonna go into the theater, and you're not gonna laugh because you've heard all the jokes already. And I'm just sad at this. Now, did this show the villain?
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought that sound was funny.
I thought it was
matches.
funny too. Game Guy just didn't carry it very well. That's on Game Guy.
He didn't.
No, you got to bring up the treble. I don't hear it. Raise it up a little bit. No, they showed the bad guy.
Yeah.
That was the only thing this trailer did. So
This is true. Well, and they probably showed the best scene with Bucky pulling his arm out of the dishwasher. But other than that
was the best scene.
Yeah, that was at the trailer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Moose, are you excited? Are you gonna see it? What's your thought process?
No, I don't see anything about this that's super exciting. I feel like I'd be disappointed if I went and paid money for this. So
how about you,
it had
Game
to
God?
be free. It had to come in streaming.
It's got to come streaming for me too. I wouldn't go see it. Paramount Plus all day.
So you will see it on streaming. Are you
will.
a true Marvel fan if you don't go to the
It would
movies
be
to see
Disney-
this?
It'd be Disney Plus, by the way, Game God.
I know. I just
But am I a true fan of what?
Of Marvel, if you don't go see this.
I haven't seen a Marvel movie in a theater
since '78.
since Infinity War.
Listen, inquiring minds want to
You
know.
saw Wolverine, Deadpool.
In game. Oh, okay. All right. I'll give you Wolverine. Okay. I get it.
Okay. No, I asked that question because I feel the exact same way. I am not going to go see this in a theater. I will watch it when it comes out on streaming. Maybe when I'm
2 months later.
having
For free.
some people over or something, and it's just something playing in the background that we can see on occasion.
For free,
Listen.
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
How soon is it coming to streaming after the theaters?
When is it released? July?
No,
May, right?
May, right?
I can't remember. Yeah.
May.
May.
Probably Memorial Day weekend.
Okay. So let's say it comes out May, end of June. It's streaming.
Oof.
Wow.
30 days? That's all you're giving it?
Well, how long do you think it should take?
I think this is going to get a big initial viewership. Unfortunately,
Gladiator 2 went to streaming pretty quickly.
That did too. I think it.
Yeah,
I think it.
you're
Yeah, I
right,
think it
yeah.
did. It did. It
Yeah.
did. I would say at least July.
Okay.
is this going to have the typical 70% drop off?
Oh, this is gonna be 82%.
Okay.
This bad boy is gonna opening weekend 80 million.
I think it does more than on the opening weekend.
I think it's
Okay, inflation 110.
I'm gonna split the difference here. 90.
90. Did you look that up?
Yeah.
I think it's
don't-
going to be.
Hey, listen, don't act like it. Don't
I
act.
think it's going to be 115 and 700. That's what I
See?
think it's going to be.
All right.
Yeah. So, but listen, I'm not watching it. I'm not watching it in the theaters. I'm watching it in streaming. It'll probably come 30
Yeah, you
days
guys-
later.
Yeah, you guys tell me about it when you see it.
Hey, okay, I'll give you one better. Would you watch Captain America or would you watch Thunderbolts?
Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would too.
I mean, you asked Thunderbolts over Captain America, the current Captain America, right?
Yeah. The one that's coming out
Yeah, it just doesn't. I mean,
this weekend. It comes out.
yeah, it looks more exciting, but for some reason, I don't know.
The only thing more exciting is the Red Hulk. Let's be
That's
honest.
the reason I would want to see it.
And it's a character we know.
Easter eggs, any Easter eggs in there from the Hulk, I think would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I agree.
And
Hated it.
I'm gonna put my bionic arm in the dishwasher when
Go ahead, do that. Do that.
All right. So that's that. What about the other trailer? Jurassic World, or is it Jurassic World or Jurassic Park?
Jurassic Park
Jurassic
Rebirth.
Park Rebirth.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna start here. I feel like
Magic Mike, be prepared. We got nothing else to say.
yeah. I feel like I've seen this movie already.
No. You have
You have
not
not.
seen
You have not.
Rebirth.
No, you
Are
have
you
not.
telling me this isn't Jurassic Park 3 of when they go back to the island? Like, I'm a bit confused, and I understand
Alternate
the
universe.
concept of it. That no, this is the island they did the test on. These are the bad ones. They didn't carry over to the other island or whatever. But I'm like,
Spoiler alert.
I saw.
Nah, I
the
didn't
whole
know
movie.
that. Thanks.
I saw the-
Appreciate that.
I saw the whole movie in this trailer, and you saw the ending of the movie in the trailer on the boat. Right.
Listen, you saw the whole movie with Jurassic Park. That's when you saw the whole movie.
That's true.
Absolutely. Here's the thing: is that I agree with you, Moose, 100%. But I would watch this over Thunderbolts for sure because I know what's coming. I just want to watch the action because I don't need the story for this one. I already know how it's going to play out. We all know how it's going to play out. I would
Let me
watch
tell
it
you
for the
how-
action.
Let me tell you how it ends, Magic Mike. You ready? There's going to be a mosquito. Gonna go right over them and encase them. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh my goodness. Listen.
There's a Barbasol can of Barbasol somewhere.
Barbasol.
Man, you know a lot, Moose. I'm telling
Don't
you.
tell don't tell me those are raptors.
They're raptors.
Who didn't see that coming?
Yeah, nobody. No.
What about you, Game God?
this
How
movie's
about another one that it'll.
yeah. Oh, yeah, that was good. I like that. Yeah.
What?
Sound effect and everything.
That was Moose on the trailer.
That was. He said he was a villain. Listen, this movie is an absolute trash. I can't believe that they're putting this out there. Why don't you just call it Jurassic Park money grab? Because this is what this is. more toys,
No, they're
more
selling old
dinosaurs.
toys. They're selling old toys. They
Yeah, it's the old ones. They don't even have to bring out new toys.
You're right. Yeah. Hey, how much inventory we have back there?
That's exactly what it is. They were at the big lot, right? They went to the big warehouse. They said, "What do we have back?" Oh, Jurassic
Going out of
World.
business.
Okay,
going out
let's
of
make
business.
a new
Big
movie.
Lots. It's just you threw a name in there. Scarlett Johansson. She's now the lead, or it seems to be the lead. You got some other characters that are familiar faces, but okay.
Yeah, you got Blade. You got Blade.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Or was that Nickelback or Diamondback, whatever his name was?
Yeah. It was Diamond. Yeah, Diamondback. Is that what his name was?
Yeah, I think it was. I don't know what it was. Copperhead.
No,
One of those.
That guy. He doesn't make it to the end of the movie. By the way, he wasn't on the boat, and I'm like, well, there you go.
Yeah, and he's probably going to be the best part of the movie.
He's dead.
Yeah. And so when you look at it, you're like, I saw this trailer. First of all, I didn't know this was even being made. Like, what secret was this? I was like, what? I thought it was a spoof. And then as I'm watching it, I'm like, to your point, I feel like I watched this before. And then by the end of the trailer, like, I did watch it. I just watched it now. It's just so horrible. Like, what's going on? We can't think of anything new.
Nothing original.
We can't think of anything new. And that's the part that really disappoints me. They probably spent like $500 million to make this movie. And it's probably going to do in its whole entirety 140.
No, they probably didn't, Game God. They probably spent a lot less. They just pulled out some old reels, and they just did some background with Jurassic Park 3.
This is Jurassic Park 30 for 30. this is go to Universal's. You'll get more action.
I really wish they would do. I mean, look, I know the Jurassic Worlds. They were a bit more original than this particular one. I just feel like they've done this one. This is the same stick, and I'm like,
the storyline doesn't even matter, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You're missing the best person out of the whole movie series. You're missing the best character.
Who, Jeff
Goldblum?
Yeah. Well, I just think that we've seen this before. I think that if you're going to do something with dinosaurs, it needs to be something different. And I don't have this.
I don't even know if dinosaurs are even valid anymore.
I mean, I don't have the story for you. I just think that doing it this way just doesn't make sense.
Dinosaurs have gone the path of zombies, has gone the path of ghosts, like Ghostbusters, like all those. They're done. Like
there's nowhere you can go with it. They've completed the cycle.
Yeah, so it's on it's a final spin now. It's a final spin.
Yeah. It wasn't the last Jurassic Park in today's time. Like it was in Italy or something like that. Yeah. Like, so you've done it. You've done the island. You've done Nobody There. You've done the amusement park.
They've done
you've
the
done
island too many times, by the way.
Yeah. Let's go back and revisit the island. Now you know what? Let's somehow get them to the United States. They're in San Francisco now. Faster than a Jaguar or Lamborghini. I mean, like, come on.
Yeah.
It's like Jason movies. He goes to space. He goes to camp. He goes to work. He meets Freddy. It's like
Jurassic Park, Freddy versus.
Yeah, that's that's exactly what you need now. Jason versus the T-Rex. It's like
Freddy. Jason goes to the football game. It's like a book. It's like a book. It's like a reader.
Yeah. By the way, horrible selection of trailers for a highly busy Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing else available.
That's the problem. What about speaking of available, Rob Liefeld, I guess for some, is available. I think he's what happened to Magic Mike? Did he quit? Right? He
did. He is not happy with what happened with Marvel and the way he was treated with specifically with Deadpool and Wolverine.
The creator of Deadpool here, and he quits Marvel.
Yeah, they are separating.
What does that
I don't
mean?
know what that means, what that looks like, but I can tell you Deadpool is a big part of what's happened with
the future for
yes,
Marvel,
that's exactly right.
But him quitting doesn't mean that Deadpool is not part of Marvel anymore.
He is the creator. I mean, you got to give him that. Don't you?
Right.
Yeah.
I
don't know what kind of contract exists out there, but I can tell you he's probably going to pull Deadpool, at least from the comics, from Marvel.
I doubt. Yeah.
You don't think so?
Marvel owns that, pack.
There's something that says, we may not own you, Rob, but we own Deadpool. Like it's just something to that nature. But
we know.
Do you know why?
we've heard stories from other artists where these big companies like Marvel and DC and whomever will sign you and then not do anything with you for years. I mean, they just won't do anything with you, and then you're stuck with them, and there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
That's sad. That's disappointing. But
I don't know. I think today he might have a better shot of getting some of that IP back, in my opinion, today. But yeah, it's moves. I mean, again, got to answer your question. He just didn't feel like he was treated very well by MCU, specifically during the release of Deadpool and Wolverine.
Listen, you guys don't treat me well, but I'm still here.
That's true. You're still a part-timer, though.
Yeah. Hey, and you're no Rob Layfield, so.
Listen, it tells you something. So, I don't know what it tells you, but it tells you something.
It tells me that Rob should have stayed.
There you go. But I'm going to tell you something.
You think he could get a better gig, though, than Marvel?
No.
Like, do you think he should leave because he feels like I mean, I guess if someone feels that way, they should. But
yeah, but wait a minute. But you asked two questions there.
All right.
Right? You said, do you think he should leave, or do you think he got a better gig than Marvel? Right? Is that what you the other question?
I don't know.
I don't think there's a bigger gig than Marvel.
Okay.
I think Marvel's what it is. Every artist strives to be Marvel, and if they can't be Marvel, then they're DC.
Yeah.
I mean, am I wrong?
No, you're right. Just
and if you're not DC,
right there.
if you're not DC, you're just some other comic book.
Let me ask you this then.
Valiant.
Dark Horse.
Dark Horse.
Yeah.
Image.
They tried that.
IDF.
Let me. What'd you say?
IDF. I don't know. It's
yeah. It's ID something, I think, right? Yeah. Anyway, what was the first comic that you remember reading? Was it Marvel or DC?
It was Marvel for me.
Really? DC for me.
Really?
DC for me as well.
Batman, Superman,
Probably Superman, Batman, Justice League.
Justice League. Same thing for you, Magic Mike.
I mean, from what I can remember,
For me, from what I remember, it was Spider-Man.
Okay.
Yeah. So
don't get me wrong. I'm just saying the first ones. I peeled those layers back on the shelf. I could remember myself sitting at the 7-Eleven or whatever on the floor,
just reading
in the with the comics are going. I'm getting this one. I'm getting this one. I'm getting this one, and I get.
I read them right there. Sat down. Hey, you gonna buy those? Oh yeah. Spider-Man was the first ones I remember reading. And then I remember most of the time reading comic books. It was X-Men, like the whole X series.
Of course, yeah.
X-Men, X-Force, New Mutants. I vaguely remember Alpha Flight, Incredible Hulk. Those kind of things. But yeah,
Transformers. You ever get the Transformer?
I don't ever remember there being a Transformer comic when I was younger.
You serious?
When I was younger, yeah. Wow. And I don't think I had the interest of Transformers in the comic book. I wanted it as a cartoon. Right?
By the way, I did start with DC, but my collection became Marvel pretty quickly, and I like the Marvel characters.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe was Marvel.
Yeah, the idea of Justice League was what the draw was initially. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. There's some gaming news out there.
Yeah. So I love the transition because it's exactly where I want to go. Back in the days.
Good.
Back in the days. So back in the days, all of us has played and has memories of old games that were iconic in the times, right?
Yep.
Games that you remember the soundtrack, you remember the boss, the strategy to beat a game. I'm gonna give you. What if I told you that some of these games that you remember were worth something?
Okay. Well, I'm sure some of them are.
Oh, I'm talking about worth.
Wherever you're from, it could be worth. It could be worth. Yes.
I'm gonna start you out with a game called GoldenEye.
Okay.
Remember GoldenEye 007?
N64?
N64.
Yep. Okay.
Everybody played this game.
Yes, everybody.
Countless
It was
hours
like one of the
game.
first first-person shooter games.
Yes.
Immensely popular. Yes.
Yep. So if I told you if you had a sealed copy.
A sealed copy, no one has that.
Come on.
Hold on. Somebody does.
No.
Right? Because it was auctioned. Right? Okay. Somebody had. If you had a sealed copy of this N64 original box and everything, how much do you think it went for?
Considering that all of them are open, so let me help you here a little bit, because you got to remember that the timing. See, now everybody buys it to collect things, so everyone's opening stuff now. But back then, there was no such thing. So everybody's open.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult to find one sealed. So, but you could possibly find one some old stock somewhere. Somebody opens up a box and didn't open it up for Johnny's birthday gift, but boom, there it is. Let's say you do find one because all the other ones are open. It's gonna be worth quite a bit because it was such a popular game, and everybody opened theirs. So kind of like Power Rangers. Power Rangers. Everybody opened the Power Rangers up. No one kept them in sealed boxes. So if you found a sealed box on an
unless you were Moose.
Yes, unless you're me. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna guess here. I'm gonna just take a stab. But let's just say it's worth $100,000.
Okay, $100,000. Magic Mike.
Yeah,
Go ahead, look it up.
I'm putting out 80 is where my mine lies.
He's undershooting it. 192,000.
Oh my goodness gracious!
192,000 cartridge and manuals in still mint in the original cardboard packaging, not open, completely sealed. Right.
Wow. I got probably just one thing to say to that. And I can't say it evidently. All right, yeah, keep going.
All right, so Moose, we're gonna go into your world here because you had the original Sony PlayStation, big body PlayStation.
Still do. I want to talk about the PlayStation here in a minute, but yes,
the two big buttons, power and eject, and the small reset, memory cards. Okay, you remember how the games used to come in their packaging when they first were released?
Yeah, they were huge, big boxes. They were long, big boxes. You would open them up, and it would be right there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Much bigger than like the case, the CD that it was made on.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you the background here. Resident Evil.
I still have it. Oh, in that original case, I still have it.
Resident Evil, right? First production copy, so the original.
Okay.
Right? Sealed, of course.
Oh, sealed. Oh, here we go again. Yeah.
Yeah, sealed.
I'm just not buying it, but
in the ridged long box instead of the standard jewel case.
Okay.
Right. Tell me what you think it went for.
I have no idea.
Are we gonna guess it?
One night? No. But I just.
I think I sold one on eBay probably about 2 years ago. The one that I'm thinking of that I had.
What'd you sell it for?
What you sold it for? Yeah.
I think I sold it for like $80. So. Yeah, but it wasn't sealed.
And that was sealed.
No.
I mean, I sealed it. I put a piece of tape on it, but it's like.
I don't know. 20,000.
264,000.
Bigger than GoldenEye.
What?
Yeah.
That surprises me.
So these are all auctions, obviously. So we've talked about if someone, right? And I'm not going through all 15. I'm just picking out some big names for you.
But let me keep going. I want to talk about the PlayStation here in just a minute, but I'm going to go back to that. So keep on going. I'll give you a couple of minutes.
Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
All right. So
original Mike Tyson Punch Out sealed game.
120.
I feel like we're going up. Is what I feel like the direction we're going.
We are going up.
Yeah. Okay. So with that feeling, I'm going to say 300.
300 million. Sorry.
$1 million.
All right. Hey, so Magic Mike says 300 what? $300?
300,000. Yeah, you were just at 264. I'm going to guess 300,000.
Okay, Moose.
Already guessed.
Yeah, let me tell you, Magic Mike looked this up. 312,000. I don't
look anything up.
Right? It's the only title left sealed. Right? And
on your list.
No, the only title left for Mike Tyson's Punch Out that was sealed. There's no other copy sealed.
Oh, okay.
I see.
All right, last one.
Okay,
last one. Right, and I'm gonna bring it back to. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna bring it back to what started the night Super Bowl. John Madden football.
Okay.
The original John Madden football.
Sega?
1990 Sega Genesis.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember this. I had this.
Yeah.
I had this.
I bet you can probably say how it sounds when it starts. Madden football.
Yep.
Right? I'm not gonna let you guess the price of this.
I don't even think they really had the teams on there, did they?
Well, no. So there's an episode out there on, I think it's Netflix or something, about the John Madden football and how it came to be. Yeah, you should check it out. So it was pretty interesting. So how it all came in at first, initially came out with like 7 players, and
yeah.
Yep.
Like I said, it wasn't even. I don't even think it was NFL. It was just John Madden.
Yep.
All right.
Correct.
So I'm gonna say what sealed package you're saying?
Yep.
All right, Game God, since you're going up in price,
yep,
I'm gonna say 350.
$350. That's a solid guess.
Thank
I'm gonna give you a little background. First time the organization sold the game, and it was the price was so high because the copy sold was previously owned by John Madden.
Okay.
Right. 480,000.
I didn't even get a guess.
Yeah.
No, because you looked it up.
Yeah.
I didn't look anything up, dude. Stop crying all the time. I like to look things up. I can't help it if you don't know what you're doing. Man.
Yeah. So and just so you know,
I don't have any of these sealed, by the way.
yeah, I know. So the most expensive sealed retro game was Super Mario 64, right? Which
Lay it
was
on me.
1.56 million.
That's too much. Oof. You gotta be a serious person to like that, to bid on that. All right, but if you got the money, good for you. I wish I did. All right, let's look at this. Hey, speaking of that, I'm gonna what would you say if I told you that you could have your PS2? Do you guys have a PS2 anymore? Yeah,
No.
you have one? No.
I don't.
Game Bro. You Game Bro?
Literally, you game bro. That's a free plug. I have one. I have one just right. It literally is probably 10 foot from me, out right now. But that just happens to be where it's at. So there's a company. Right now they're called. I shouldn't even say their name, but they're called.
Yeah, you got one plug already.
8bitmods.com is what they're called. 8bitmods.com. They have this developed a memory card that you put inside your PS2. Remember those big memory cards?
I do remember those.
8 megabytes.
Yeah, I had the black
that was
ones.
the big one.
Listen, I want the gray ones. I want the black one.
Yes. All right. Well, you put it in, but it doesn't just save your games. Okay. It actually can store all of the PS2 games on it, and it accesses through the memory card.
Wow.
So you no longer need to put any game, and it plays it from the system organically, and it.
Do you don't have to take the disc out and wipe it off on your?
Nope, you don't have to.
Little alcohol swab.
Isn't that crazy? Now this is a pretty cool thing that they've done. Obviously, you have to load on the ported games onto this particular memory card.
The games you own.
You own, correct? You're not downloading from a site. No, you're not doing that.
No, don't look them up. Don't look at GitHub. Just
Another plug. What are you doing?
You put it on there. It actually you can access it through your PS2, and you can play them all right there organically.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So you need the original PS2.
So you need the original PS2. So this isn't a an emulator. You know, it's working it from the original system. How much do you think something like this should cost?
Wow. Should cost, or do I want to pay?
How much? How much?
I mean, considering that it's very convenient.
Does it come with the games? It only has you the ability of.
No, this is
$10. It doesn't come with the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. $10.
I'm gonna say $129.99 if it came with the game.
If it came with the game, I would have paid $200 if it came with the games. Listen,
it's your games. You just said it.
Listen, I just want you to know. It could be your games too. I don't mind. It doesn't have to be my games.
$19.99.
Yeah. Listen.
40. Let's 40. I'm not even gonna listen to you.
$40. That's a ripoff.
40, $50.
Listen,
Pre-order.
I get a memory card for less than that.
No, you can't even find a memory
Listen,
card. Give me a break.
Game God, Moose is starting to get offended because he's ordered 2 of them already. So that's why he's like, man, leave me alone.
He pre-order.
He ordered 2 of them. And he borrowed the games from those people he ordered from.
I think this is a great thing. I'm excited. I want to pre-order one.
Hey, listen. I don't want to steal your thunder or pop your balloon there, but listen, anything that has something from 1962, you think is pretty cool. So like, hey, I got a keyboard that clicks when you press a button.
They have got a N64 adapter that they have that you can plug in to.
You talking about the Rumble Pack?
For the controller on the N64, and you have a wireless Bluetooth original N64.
Hey Moose, the controllers now vibrate. You know that, right?
Does it come with the games?
That's all Magic Mike worries about. Magic Mike's like, does it have games? Listen, well, it's you're talking. So is it? It looks like the old memory cards, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah,
So
You
that's
have
pretty
the
cool.
The PS2, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So if I lend you my games, are they easy to put on?
I have no idea.
Oh, jeez.
You've got to buy it yourself, son.
Listen, Magic Mike, I hate to say I'm in tears, but I don't know why I'm crying. I don't know if it's because I'm getting ripped off or because this is funny.
No, it feels like it's a okie doke. It's like, hey, look what you can do with this. Oh, but no, there's no games.
Hey, I'm gonna sell you. Hey, Moose, I'll sell you a beeper. It doesn't work, but it looks good.
By the way,
I'll sell you for $100.
Speaking of beeper, I want
There's
you guys
nothing
to know,
inside of it.
I want you to know something.
You gotta put your own games in it.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Listen to this. Speaking of beepers, I found 2 of my old pagers 2 nights ago, and I was going to bring it up for the podcast this today.
I believe you.
Yes.
I believe you did. Now, were one of them like the old Motorola, like the longer version, or was it? Or do you have the slide out one?
And I have both. Yeah, both.
Yeah, you had the slide out one. All right.
Yeah, the slide out one. Yeah. The mini.
The mini.
Wow, the smaller one.
The smaller one. Yeah.
Hey, did you get the little chain that clips to the belt?
No, I didn't.
I
didn't need that.
Yeah, man. Listen.
Well, anyway,
I'll buy it off you for $15.
$43 of my memory card here for pre-order. I'm excited about it. I think it's very cool.
You should be. You should be excited.
Listen,
about it.
as long as you're happy.
That's all that matters.
I'm super excited. You guys are missing out.
Yeah. Hey, you let me know how that works.
I will. I will do that.
Magic Mike, I'm excited.
He's gonna get it. He's gonna put it up on the shelf right next to the PS2, and he'll never.
Hey, put it in, and then I go.
Hey guys, let me show you what I got, guys. Let me show you what I got. Look at this memory card. Oh man, listen, doesn't have any games on it, and I'm not even sure if my system works anymore. But I'm gonna go ahead and try.
That's not true. Is that true?
Listen. I bet you that PlayStation 2 doesn't even power on.
I bet you it does because it only takes. See, they didn't have the power supplies were built into those PS2s. Remember, not the PS2 Slim, the big one. The power supplies are in them. You don't need a separate power supply. It was just a regular Sony. 120.
Go turn it on. I'm gonna hear the sound effect.
How'd it go?
I don't know. That was the PlayStation 1 sound.
You forgot.
I forgot it. Yeah, absolutely. But no, man, I believe you have it. Absolutely. I can never
get it right now.
Listen, I don't doubt it.
Believe you.
Yeah, I don't. Listen,
you
know,
we also believe that he'll never play it again.
I'm gonna get it. You talk amongst yourselves.
Okay, you go ahead.
Okay,
go ahead, get it. Go ahead.
You don't believe me.
Yeah. That's it. Listen, he's ordering it right now. He's getting same day delivery.
Yeah.
I'm talking about my PS2. Dude.
Go ahead, go get your PS2. We'll wait. Wait here. Bring
go get your PS2.
Hey, bring the big boy. No. Now he's calling our bluffs now. Now I want to see it. Let's go. Let's extend the podcast another 10 minutes. Go ahead and get it.
I'm not doing 10 minutes. I'm going to send the podcast another 3 minutes.
Okay.
We're about, what are we? We're 37 minutes in.
Oh, you're good. We got time.
All right.
We got time. Don't worry. I got it.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, listen. Hey, Magic Mike, $40 for a blank memory card.
I'm not trying to, the company can do, and they'll sell some. Absolutely. Let me just say, I'm not in. I don't want to buy a memory card that you got to load things onto to use for $40-$50.
Magic Mike, here's what kind of flew under the radar. You just can't load it up to anything. You got to have the system. You got to have a PlayStation 2. Listen, I think I've thrown mine away, to be completely honest.
I know I got rid of mine years ago at this point.
I mean, I'm just like, I'm not keeping this. I'm not going to play it.
Yeah.
And when I can get a device this size and play the same games, and I just plug it to the TV. Like,
well, and you don't know how to get your games on it anyway.
Listen, he just
said,
what's
that going to cost you?
Yeah. I will tell you, as someone who has tried to put his own collection onto multiple different devices, sometimes it's not easy.
It's not so easy.
And again, I tell you, we believe that he's going to have the system. Oh, there he goes. Change his shirt.
Is. We already know that he does.
I feel like
that's
he changed
not the
his shirt.
problem.
Did you change your shirt? I feel like you changed your shirt.
So, but okay, game guy, let's do this. Let's just say, could you recall how many systems were sold? Any thoughts?
Millions
of PS2s.
Yeah, millions.
Okay. How many do you think people actually have today?
3.
Look at this.
And Moose has all three of them.
Look at this. I want you to see something here.
Oh my goodness!
Not
Look at this
only
guy.
do I have the big PS2, like I told
He's
you,
got the network adapter.
I have the network
Yep.
adapter on
That
the back.
network adapter.
Lou's
Yep.
got the network
Look at
adapter.
that. This is beautiful.
Listen.
This is beautiful. Look at this thing. It's a little. It's like, it looks. A
No,
little,
sincerely, how many people do you think have one?
Probably. If I won't be able to tell you a number, but I say probably less than 5% of the people who originally had them have them.
I would agree with you.
Beautiful.
So you have, like you said, while Moose was gone, you have to have the system in order to use this card.
Yep. And you got to have AV cords and a TV that takes AV cords. Right? Which, by the way, Moose has all of that. So I'm
Yes,
not concerned.
He does, yeah.
Do not.
I have
worry
the AV cords. I'm not sure I have a TV that takes them.
There's no TVs that have AV connections anymore.
I have them, so don't worry.
Moose has got a Sony Trinitron that he can't bring up the stairs. So
Eee, that bad boy's still at the foot of the stairs, right there, just waiting right there. Waiting for 4 of his buddies to come by to help him bring him up the stairs.
Hey, can you help me carry this 110-pound TV up?
Hey, make sure you grab it. Let's go. Don't let it go.
You
Don't
guys,
let it
you
go.
guys are losing the listeners as we go along here. What else you got? What else we got? That's my PS2. That's my PS2. What else we got?
I'm waiting for the PS3 memory card.
Yeah. So,
Well, PS3 is right over here. I think.
Big boy.
Paul-
Big boy.
Big boy. Yeah.
well, you guys want to see Johnny Cage back in Mortal Kombat?
Johnny Cage, Mortal Kombat.
We talked about that before, where he wasn't there the first one,
Yep.
and now Mortal Kombat 2 of the new release, they're going to bring Johnny Cage back.
You know, who's playing him again?
Carl Urban.
Carl Urban. Like, I like Carl Urban. I'll tell you that much. I've grown to like his acting and his characters and his, a lot of shit. Like he was in obviously The Boys. He's been in he was in that show that we talked about.
Almost Human.
Yep, Almost Human. Like I think he's got great acting chops, and I like when he does playing roles. I like the roles he play. He was also in MCU, right? Wasn't he in the MCU in something?
Yeah, he was in Thor.
Yes. So I like Carl Urban. I don't know if this. I mean, I think I saw the poster. I think you gave it to us pre-production. I would tell you he looks good. He looks good as Johnny Cage. I just don't know if I want to see another Mortal Kombat.
The last one didn't do so well, did it?
It did not.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, listen, you're holding on to the 12 fans you have of that series. I get it. Get the 12 fans at $12 a pop. You know, I mean, you'll make some money, but at the end of the day, it doesn't. I'd rather go watch Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Wow.
And not because
I'm going to agree as well, by the way, even though I'm saying wow, I'm going to agree as well.
and not because I don't like Carl Urban. I think he'll do great. I just don't have no interest in the movie. I
Do you
really
think
don't.
he'll make a good Johnny Cage?
Is he going to be deep fake? Like,
I don't know.
Is it going to be just his face on somebody else's body? Because I don't think Carl Urban can do the moves that Johnny Cage does. I'm just saying.
I don't think he could do it. He couldn't. He would have to have a stunt double in there.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but I think he makes in a still that poster. It would look good, but I don't know how it's gonna come across. I see the boys when I see him.
Yeah, I don't know that
Yeah, because
he
I've seen
can
the
play
boys.
that role completely based. You know, the first Mortal Kombat was, I remember when that came out, and that was great at the time.
Oh, you
That
talk
was
about
an awesome movie.
Mortal Kombat?
Yes. And part of it maybe the theater that I saw it in, you know, and everybody was cheering and getting excited. And I forget the guy who played Johnny Cage at that point, but I thought he played a great Johnny Cage. And it's
the only
in
movie he played.
what's that?
The only movie that guy played in. I don't know.
Maybe so, but nonetheless, I thought he played a great Johnny Cage. I'm not saying it was the greatest ever, but it's the only movie we've had with Johnny Cage, right? So I don't know if Carl Urban can compete with that, even though it was that long ago, because I thought he did such a good job at the time. So I don't know if he can actually play the role. I'm not so sure.
I'm trying to find an actor for you for that. By the way,
I appreciate that.
Just
Well,
for that.
he's probably not doing anything. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But that's yeah. I'm not sure that I would go see another Mortal Kombat movie. They have their fans for sure. You know, I just don't think that it's. I don't know. Maybe are we that desensitized to Mortal Kombat that it doesn't like it's not just a movie. We'd rather go see an Aliens movie versus a Mortal Kombat movie.
I think so.
I think it's been done too many times. I think that's what it comes down to.
Too many times?
Too many
It's
times.
been like 3 movies.
That's 3 movies too much.
No, the first one was great. Come on.
The first one was good because it was the first of its kind.
Yes.
Right, you got to see your video game characters on a TV screen,
Yes.
and it was pretty decent. I mean, I know when I saw Goro, I was like, "What?" Like I was super excited. And then after the fact, 5 years later, I'm like, "Ooh, that looked horrible. What was I cheering about?" But yeah, I think it looked good. The music was iconic. Like I remember the music, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
So it was great. Sub-Zero, Scorpion. Oh man, that's pretty cool. But I think that was it for me. I think everything after that was kind of like, I'd rather watch the original, to be quite honest.
I agree. You're just saying it's been done too many times. I'm saying there's
Done
a lot of things
incorrect.
been done too many times. That's not one of them.
Done incorrectly, probably.
Okay.
Okay. It's kind of like Fantastic Four. Done too
Like
many
Green
times
Lantern?
incorrectly. Green Lantern, another one.
Too many
Superman.
Superman has been done too many times.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Listen, it's been done so many times. They got to put a dog in it now.
What about
Oh,
What about Batman?
We're gonna end with that. Batman's no. It needs one more.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, not enough.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us in this podcast. Thanks for listening. We got to get people into sponsoring this podcast so we can get better. We'll see you next time.
I was just leaving. Da-da-da-da.
Nerd alert, nerd alert, nerd alert, nerd alert.
You've been listening to Podcast for Sci-Fi with Moose, Game God, and Magic Mike. Nerds have more fun. If it's anything sci-fi, we're talking about it. We had fun, and we hope you did too. We have to split, but we'll be back soon. In the meantime, hit us up at podcast4sci-fi.com. This is Podcast for Sci-Fi, where all things sci-fi come to life. Come to life.